Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. We are approaching the 96-hour mark, so effectively on day 5, but we're not quite at that 96-hour mark. We don't have the CvC popped yet. We've still got the novice tournament. I have just got back from work, so it was around this time that I created the account on Friday, also when getting back from work. So I'd expect that we should hopefully get this within the next sort of 15-20 minutes. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little photo journal of what I did yesterday, talk you through the progress there, but also talk you through what my plan is for CvC and why I've made the decisions that I have up to this point. So first of all, yesterday morning we hit a new PB on Easy Clan Boss with our level 1 Frozen Banshee. Doing a bit of work there along with Aethel and Avir really providing the majority of it. Miscreated, our new pull, also there as a level 1 thrown in. Pretty much almost no gear on both of those champions. Well, Miscreated has some gear on, but Banshee really doesn't. I haven't had enough silver to invest in their gear, and also I'm kind of waiting until I farm some better gear to put on them rather than waste silver be changing it around. We then finally got to the attack percent chest in sewers. It did take me, I'd say ballpark 250, 300 energy to get it. I had really bad RNG. Fortunately, the boots did come a little bit quicker after that. Then the next thing I went and did was get the heal reduction challenge done using Rocktooth on stage 7 of the Spirit Keep. I finally gave up and bought masteries for Aethel. It was becoming quite frustrating not being able to push that a little bit further and be that little bit more efficient. I had held out buying masteries partly because I wanted to see what champions we got in the 2x Ancient if I ultimately pulled something that would change the decision tree in terms of would Aethel be my first 60, or were we going to pull something that would leapfrog me building Aethel. So I didn't want to invest the masteries until we had done those pulls, and obviously we did it at the end of Sunday, and then so on Monday I did buy the masteries for Aethel. I did commit to Aethel being my first 60. Initially, I set these masteries. I decided to avoid the support tree. I didn't want to waste the precious masteries getting a bit of accuracy on the support tree. Instead, I wanted to get the defense and the damage reduction to make Aethel a bit more tanky and a bit more able to take a hit. Prioritized getting masteries were going to help me on the solo farming. I decided I definitely wanted Cycle of Revenge and Whirlwind of Death. And then I also got the increased damage for kills both in PvE and PvP. And then I went in and did a bit of farming, tested these out, and made decisions on where I wanted to go after that. So I'm just going to seamlessly slot this into the video and say these are the final masteries that I have picked for Aethel. We will be getting Giant Slayer to help in Clan Boss and with certain boss content. Overall, I've kind of made it as a hybrid between being a solo farmer, an arena nuker, and a dungeon clan boss progression build. We do have one free reset, which we will be able to use later if we want to reposition into a pure nuker build. Otherwise, I think this will be pretty helpful in terms of pushing faction wars as well. Gone for Shield Breaker for arena, Ruthless Ambush to give us more damage on the wave clearing side of things. Whirlwind of Death for the increased speed. That's quite important when our gear is quite weak at this point. Cycle of Violence to rotate quicker. Wrath of the Slain, again, at the moment our food is dying, so this is actually quite impactful. I went for Blood Shield to make me more sustainable and help in terms of make the campaign farming more reliable. Again, we have the ability to change these for free. It is only a rare that I'm not going to be, too worried about in the very, very ultra long path of the game. So I think it's better to pick a set of masteries that we can maximize the value out of now and then be in a position that we can change them in the future if we need to. I did want to get the counter attack and then delay death, as I mentioned, in terms of damage mitigation. Resurgent, very strong in the arena and in PvE as well. So that's the masteries that we've ended up on Aethel. Wasted about 2 to 2.5 million silver trying to get this from level 12 to level 16, even though it rolled appallingly. The triple HP percent, my very healthy Aethel. But I did want to finish the artifact enhancement event, and I was trying to sell pretty much everything I had to get the clan quest done, which was pretty important to me. I wanted to get that clan gold. I did manage to beat my first faction war boss stage, which I was pretty pleased with. My level 50 Aethel really carrying that now, with the masteries really helping push that little bit further. We were only able to get the 1 star, obviously. But I then decided now, with my slightly more empowered Aethel, could I go back and actually 3-star some of those previous stages with the shield set on War Priest to try and protect these, this food champions that, although they are 3-star 30, they don't have any gear on them. We were able to 3-star stage 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. And then we ran out of keys. So we're going to be going back in there tonight. Hopefully, once CvC drops, that's something we can actually go and try and do and see if we can push a little bit further even. I did finish the artifact enhancement event, or at least as far as I wanted to go, getting the rare skill tome and the ancient shard. As I said, the majority of that was done by finally upgrading that pesky chest, which really, really wasted all my resources. Had a nice 10 pull on the mystery shards, getting 2 rares, and that all elusive War Maiden, who, despite having put roughly 400 to 500 energy into Dead Mines, I had not managed to get a War Maiden. I had got, I think, 4 or 5 Berserkers, but 0 War Maidens. So this account's been not blessed with RNG in many regards, although we did get the Miscreated, which I think is a big pull for us. So we then went and used one of our random rares, Witness, who has a block debuff buff on her and able to get the challenge done on Void Keep stage 7. So where does this leave us? Well, we don't have a 6-star, but we have decided, although I still can't show you why because my novice tournament's still there, but we do have a champion training event, which we know is in the Fusion calendar. We know that's dropping tomorrow. We also know Dungeon Divers is dropping tomorrow. So essentially, we should have a champion training tournament dropping tomorrow, paired with CvC, which hopefully all of this stuff will be visible in the next sort of 10 to 15 minutes. And me getting the 6-star during CvC and a champion training is going to be significantly advantageous in terms of really optimizing my resources. I can cope with not having the 6-star for another 24 hours. Even I could potentially have, invested all of my energy with all the various promo codes we've got. I'm still hoping this CvC drops so I can do these extra arena battles and get a few extra points. But from all the promo codes and the login, we've got quite a lot of energy refills to use here. And we've got all of the energy refills from today. I did the daily quests basically before I went to work and then haven't really been able to play during the day. So we have lost out on quite a bit of energy. I just did one run before, once I got home, waiting for this CvC to drop. So at least we're not overcapped right now. But essentially, if we go here and we look at the vault, we've got rank ups to take people from 4-star 40. We have another champion here that's going to be food as well, and a champion here. So we've kind of got the majority of the way on 4 stars that are mostly leveled up. Plus we have quite a lot of level 30s or nearly level 30s, 3-star 30s. So we're going to have a lot of rank ups to do straight away as soon as the champion training tournament drops tomorrow. And that will get us a lot of points. In addition, we haven't used any of our epic tomes yet, so those will be going into Miscreated, and we have 12 rare books, which will almost certainly be going into Frozen Banshee, and we haven't used those yet. This is a champion training tournament, so books now do count for points in that. So I think even though it's not going to be one of the really juicy champion training tournaments where I expect a legendary tome, I don't think that's going to be the case. we're still going to be in a really strong position to get a lot of points and progress as far as possible. And if we get a really kind of easy starter group, there's an outside chance we'll be able to finish potentially even top and get the 6-star Legendary Relentless. That would be absolutely what I would like to happen. And that's kind of why I've been holding everything back. Partly, I'm a team player. I'm trying to help the clan here, trying to do it for the greater good. Anyone who's watched Hot Fuzz will know that reference. So I'm trying to get maximum points in terms of our clan. I can't show you the CvC because I still can't see it. Hopefully I will before this video finishes. But essentially, I'm trying to maximize all of the points I can get in the tournament starting tomorrow and in the CvC. So I'm going to be holding back all of those energy refills to plow into campaign tomorrow. I should be able to get the 6-star done tomorrow. I should be in a pretty good position by the end of the day. I've progressed pretty far in all of the challenges. I'm doing pretty well on that. I've been holding this back because I just don't really need to finish it just yet. I've been replenishing the shards, so we've got a decent amount of mystery shards. We've picked up now 9 ancient shards since we pulled already, and that's from various parts of the game. I bought another couple I think I bought another 1 or 2 from the market. Got 1 or 2 since we've started from Clan Boss. Can't even think where else anymore. It's all a blur. But the point is that we're trying to be as efficient as possible. Obviously, one of them did come from the enhancement event that I mentioned previously. And I think we've got some from the actual challenges as well. That some of these have had Ancient Shard rewards. And I think we maybe got 1 from Faction Wars, actually. Yeah, there was 1 in Faction Wars, which unfortunately I don't think you can show anymore. Yeah, 25 stars was an Ancient Shard. So we're currently at 29 stars. I do think I'm going to be able to push at least a few more stars into my Sacred Order Crypt, and then probably push even further tomorrow once I get Aethel 6-starred. So that's been pretty productive. I'm going to end the video there. We don't yet have CvC dropped, so I'm still waiting for it. We'll be able to see how much progress I can make today once CvC is dropped. I'm hoping to hit level 35 and start being able to do tag team, being one of the significant changes at level 35. Actually, the other thing I wanted to go through is I've kept a lot of champions back. So I have handicapped my progress in terms of expediting that 6-star because I've wanted to save copies of a lot of different champions that I think will have niche use throughout the rest of the early game, particularly in terms of pushing parts of Faction Wars, as I kind of want to progress those as quickly as possible to get better forge materials and better glyphs. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't actually click through the champion's abilities in this tab to be able to show you why. It's really annoying that it doesn't let you see the skills. But essentially, Talia could provide some decent DPS in Sacred Order. Terror Beast has some interesting potential utility, either for Fire Knight via Reflect or a 2-turn stun. Could be useful in certain niche content. Enough that I'm not comfortable feeding him now. I don't know what kind of roster I'm going to end up with in each faction, and I don't want to potentially hamstring myself in terms of progressing and finishing Faction Wars quickly by feeding champions just to save myself 24, maybe 48 hours in terms of getting my first 6-star that bit quicker. I don't think that's a good trade-off in the long run. War Maiden obviously going to be drop defense, so keeping a copy of her. Persevera, the only reason I've kept her is that she is a fusion candidate. Then we've got another copy of War Maiden. Again, I haven't booked War Maiden yet because I'm waiting for the champion training and CvC overlap tomorrow. Here we've got another, I believe it's a Razin fusion. Valerie we've kept because she's really strong for Faction Wars and also needed for a fusion. Crimson Slayer, actually decent as a support champion, has a bit of TM control. No, I'm not really support champion, but as a utility champion that does do some decent DPS. She is an attack-based rare. She could be useful in Faction Wars. She could be useful in certain boss fights where we need TM control enough, and she also can be used in secret rooms. So there are multiple uses where she could be useful. Similar with Berserker, could be useful in faction wars and secret rooms. Then I think Totem Faller had one kind of interesting ability enough that I wanted to keep a copy for the time being, and then obviously kept some decent uncommons that have certain unique skills. Particularly only kept these 3 here because they are fusion candidates. And in terms of the actual fusions, we know we need to do Justicia for the missions pretty soon, so I'm going to have to farm copies of all of these campaign rares. And then otherwise, the other champions here are candidates for Broadmoor, who is really significant in terms of finishing faction wars. So I would be wanting to get a copy of Broadmoor. So I'm going to be working towards doing this fusion slowly, working towards the Razin fusion if I can do it, and we have to do the Relic Keeper fusion as part of the Arbiter missions. So yeah, that kind of gives you an overall summary of where I am and why I am at the place that I am. It's a bit of a convoluted way of saying it, but I'm going to have slightly slower progress, unfortunately, particularly during the week. I do have a full-time job and I just can't run 2 accounts on that kind of high intensity. But, it is what it is. I still think this is a marathon, not a sprint. I can afford to have moments of inefficiency, and I think there'll still be opportunities to provide interesting content and do things in a sufficiently efficient way that we won't lose too much progress in doing so. Right then, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video, which I hope will be tomorrow, because then I'm away from Thursday to Sunday. So I'm going to try and get a video out tomorrow, which should, in theory, show us doing good work on the CvC in the champion training and getting Aethel to 6-star. So once again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.